People who actually jerk off to OnlyFans, how is it different than other porn sites? I support my sister. I can stop looking at Reddit for the day. I've reached the peak of the comment section. I wouldn't subscribe to a porn star for obvious reasons, but I did see a couple girls that I went to high school with made an OnlyFans. I did subscribe to them because they're both hot and I wanted to see them naked LMAO. For $20 total, I'd say it was worth it. I'd pay $20 to fill that curiosity void. Google big boob 2 trillion result. Why waste time, say lot word when few word do trick? Usually the girls are escorts, so I fuck them in real life first, then subscribe to their OnlyFans so I can always remember them as your. Well, that's something new. I know the girl in person. Family support is always good to hear. Most girls I'm subscribed to are also subscribed to my account and take a peek at my content. So it's pretty much almost like trading nudes rather than watching porn. Edit. To everyone who clicked on my profile. I was expecting more grossed out replies. Thank you for the surprisingly kind comments. I peeked at your content. I don't know what I expected. I feel better about the fact that I know the person I'm getting off to is compensated directly for their labor, rather than with free sites where a fair amount of the videos are stolen and reposted. Plus, I like genuine amateur stuff. It's like paying a little extra for organic. You know, $5 a month or whatever really isn't that much if you can afford it. I just buy one less overpriced coffee than I would otherwise. This plus there can be sex trafficking and exploitation issues even in the most popular porn sites. So some people feel more comfortable with supporting people who seem to be in a safer place. I should use a burner account, but oh well. This girl on my Instagram is pretty awesome. Talked to her a lot about cars and things like that, and then she posted one day about her OnlyFans. She was starting. She has a good amount of student loan debt and the money was going to go towards that. I was pretty lonely and thought, what the hell? Hate to admit it, but that's the truth. Turns out, she took requests for videos as well, so I asked for one. Nothing crazy, just a solo masturbation video. The video I got was better than porn because it was someone I knew that sent it to me and she wanted me to see it. Kind of had that intimate feeling to it. Plus, I knew that the person making it wasn't being treated like shit like what can happen in porn. While I've never used OnlyFans and don't care to, I've learned, from personal experience, that people are vastly more attractive if you know and like them already. Porn sites are like fast food, and OnlyFans is a home-cooked meal. Bloody hell, I want to come for a home-cooked meal at your house. Mine rarely comes with a gaping asshole. I have a friend that's on OnlyFans. Didn't even know it existed until I was talking to her about her porn career. There's something hot about it being a normal person just doing it. I don't subscribe to any ridiculous porn star-looking girls who have porn sex. I like the normal girls. Normal. Imagine if you could talk to Riley Reid and just say, "Hey, can you do one with this dragon dildo and paint your face?" And she'd be like, "Sure hun, whatever you like, less than 3. And she blows a kiss for you. In denial, because you're such a good boy. They do live streams too. OnlyFans is just like Patreon but for sex content. Lots of live streamers have one. Redditors that post in subs like Gone Wild can have one. Some live stream, some don't. It's all just personal preference. Personally, I find it's more intimate and realistic. The performers are usually in their own spaces and are more comfortable. There are no lines or directors. No faking. No weirdly perfect vulvas. Less implants and fake bodies. There's hair, imperfections, and stretch marks. It's like amateur porn but better, and you're directly supporting the performer, not the company who filmed them, the person who wrote the script, the director, or the agency who hosted their image. They're also more accessible than porn actresses. Actors, also, of performers aren't usually acting. Like with a lot of professional porn, it's not often, if ever, You can chat with Mia Khalifa, Eva Elfie, Sash Grey, etc. And don't even think about asking to commission a personal vid from those ladies. Greater than no faking. While I agree with most of your statement, there's almost certainly faking involved at some level. Parents didn't give me attention as a kid, so it's cool that they don't mention my donation. Most sites either have a sparse selection of fans or the same fan over and over. OnlyFans goes deep and wide with everything from ceiling-mounted, desk, oscillating, and everything in between. Don't get me started on the leaf blade selection. Oof. It's amazing. I am seeing word intimate far too often in this thread. OnlyFans isn't intimate, but it's more intimate than other porn. Is it not? But yeah, if someone thinks they are having a genuinely intimate interaction with someone they are subscribed of, they are delusional. Masturbation itself is an illusion. TBFE, changed the illusion to illusion. I'd say it's pretty much arc on wild. And all other subs like it. With a paywall. Depending on who you subscribe is wildly different in terms of content. That's a question everyone wants an answer to. They are just dumb or lonely enough to believe they have some sort of relationship with those girls. Guys who just want to jerk off aren't regular, reliable customers. The real deal of those girls is to offer the illusion of a relationship. A lonely guy with feelings for an OnlyFans girl will come on a regular basis. The more he fell, the more he spend. Those customers are the perfect ones because they often end up just talking to the girls about their days, worries, and not about sex at all. That trick is probably as old as prostitution itself. I suspect many are aware they are living a fantasy. I mean, aren't there proper girlfriend services in Japan? Aren't we all deluding ourselves in some way? Pretty sure depressed people just see the world more realistically. But maybe I'm too optimistic. If love can alter your brain function to the point you become fully stupid, loneliness can probably alter your perception too. But they can't be all that clueless, I guess. I once was chatting with this girl. Not all too serious. She was stringing me on. Always saying she wanted to meet, but never actually schedule a date. Some random encounters in the city, where she had to leave quickly. I didn't really take it seriously. I liked the attention. I enjoyed the fantasy, knowing it was likely fake. She was young, very pretty, sending nudes now and then. Thinking the fantasy is probably better than reality, considering she's so flaky and weird about meeting. So at one point, I went out drinking with a friend. I run into some guy, whom I ran into a few times before. We start talking again. He says there is this girl I want to meet. She's in the city, but I'm waiting for her to show up. Not sure if she will come. So I respond with a yes. That reminds me of this girl who does the same thing. It's annoying. And I show him my WhatsApp conversation with her, to impress him with her looks. And his entire face goes pale. Like he's seen a ghost. It was the same girl who was stringing him along for over a year. Apparently this girl was the only nice thing in his life at the moment. He also never met with her, yet he invested in her emotionally as if they were a couple. My heart broke seeing him so devastated. I guess what I want to say, there are guys like me, and guys like Monsieur, and he definitely wasn't stupid. He was a smart guy. Our circumstances were simply different. That's why she broke his heart, and not mine. Blade Runner 2049. You look lonely. People who subscribe to OnlyFans accounts are the same ones who blow $500 in a strip club because they think the stripper likes them and they'll get laid at the end of the night. Thank you for your insight. PM_or_cleavage_girl. Honestly, I bought a month from a friend just because she's my friend and being supportive seemed like the right thing to do. Now I'm just waiting for the next acquaintance to tell me they have an OnlyFans just so I can buy a month from them as well. Not all heroes wear capes. So are you actually? Yeah, no. Using the content or just giving them a little monetary bump to start? I'm just wondering, because how could being a good friend could entail masturbating along to your friends' images? Both. She knows too. We're pretty casual about it, so it's not a big deal. I can smell transactions in the spirit of capitalism in this thread. The answers in here are fucking depressing. I decided to try out OnlyFans and bought 3 subscriptions. All 3 were complete garbage. I canceled them within a week. I waited until they were about to lapse and decided to go with a 4th. After spending about 15 minutes on the 4th lady's page, I deleted my account altogether. There's no quality at all, and if I'd discourage anyone else from getting a subscription. I mean, can't it just be nice to support the people you like? Does it need to be different than other porn to be interesting? Well, I think it's an interesting question to ask. At least we pay for products to access them. Monsieur, I pay for an iPhone because I want one. And the easiest way to get it is to exchange money for it. But porn is easily accessible and it's free. So to subscribe to one of you have to pay more for a product. Then the question becomes, what does it have that warrants the rise in price? One reason might be what a lot of people in this thread are suggesting. Intimacy. You have direct access to a creator. See how your money helps them. And it makes you feel good. In that way it might be similar to a Patreon. Another reason might be that a subscription offers you something you can't access from regular porn. That might be customization, a difference in quality, or a specific person. I think those are perfectly reasonable assessments and I agree with both of them, monsieur, but I do think it's fair to add in people you just want to support as a reason alongside those. For example, I support 3 of my best friends who have accounts there just because I appreciate them, monsieur. Then for Patreon, I went and pledged $25 to AskReddit because their YouTube videos blew me away so much. I wanted to show my support for them, monsieur. I didn't even look at the reward tier. I just signed up immediately. Stuck around for 2 months. And then canceled without ever browsing a single post. I just wanted to support something I liked. Yeah, no? Oh yeah? Absolutely. And I think that's connected to intimacy, but maybe not the same thing. I guess it's just generosity. Or maybe appreciation. Well, it's usually so much worse than actual porn, but they're good for making catfish accounts since you cannot trace most images on Google. As an OnlyFans creator and someone who likes the content, I like paying for it cause I like helping people out, but also it's more personal and a lot of the creators do custom content too. It's the only place girls I went to school with post nudes. As you get older that will be less and less of a draw, methinks. People justifying their porn addictions. Oh man, for real. This thread is making me so sad. A lot of people falling into this honey trap. I don't, because I'm married and my wife's okay with random anonymous porn vids. But direct access to a specific person would be crossing the line. Totally would otherwise. Some real amateur non-exploited content. Yes, please. I think this is a big issue. I think spending money on porn at all would be looked at a bit strangely by many wives, girlfriends. It implies a level of commitment beyond just casually having a quick wank. Are regular girls ever on OnlyFans? The ones who don't necessarily do porn. That's what I am looking for. I'm a regular girl. I have a good day job, etc. And I have enough. I just send the link to all the weirdos who crawl in my DMs. It's a good side hustle with very little work. So how much for a 2-minute video of you gargle reading Moby Dick with a mouthful of ramen while orchestral music plays in the background? This is more creative content than probably 90% of OnlyFans sites, lol. Don't even want any nudity in it. I just want that video on my phone so I can bring it up at any moment and go, yup. That happened. Yeah, for sure. Just go scroll through the Gone Wild page and check out the not perfect looking ones, lol. There's more specific subs too that are less frequented by the full-time sex worker girls. It's as simple as communicating directly with the person giving you the content. For enough money, some will do almost anything you want. and it's especially made for you. It's an intimacy factor you just cannot replicate through collaborative sources like Pornhub or any similar site. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.